to episode 981 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, September 16, 2025. I'm your host, Chris Johnston. And with me, as always, from Canada, Mr. Greg Seward.
Hello.
That was all the energy I have. Now it's
that's good.
Downhill from here.
Yep.
Oh, how's your week been, sir?
Not bad. I went and saw Sarah Millican last night. I don't know if you know who that is.
I don't.
She's a comedian. She's a comedian from the UK. Quite funny. I've been watching her clips and stuff. They started showing up in my feed. I don't know why. I don't know what triggered that. But anyway, she's on a tour right now, and she came through Halifax and went and saw her last night. It was kind of cool. But it was really what was funny was my coworker, who literally sits across from me at our desk, is British as well, and he found me there. Like, I was just during the intermission, I was standing there, and he walked up to me. I was like, "Oh, what are you? I didn't know you had tickets to this. What are you doing here?" And his wife's best friend is Sarah's sister-in-law.
Oh,
so they had gotten some free tickets to go to the show.
That's cool.
Anyway, great show. She's
have
really,
like a 6 degrees
funny.
of Kevin Bacon thing going on.
Kind of,
there.
yeah, exactly.
My coworker's friends,
my brother's sister's
wife's best friend's
former roommate.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
but anyway, it was a great show. It was a lot of fun. So
excellent.
Really happy I went.
I will have to look her up. Look
you should.
Up. I like a good comedy show. I've been to a few.
You do.
Yeah. So. All right. Hey, there's no Phil. You may have noticed.
No filler this week.
No Phil.
We're lean and mean.
He wanted to skip this week. Apparently, there's some. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. He's just skipping this week.
Just doesn't want to be here while we crap all over Pokemon.
I mean, yeah, I understand. We're talking about DLC announcements before a game even comes out. I mean, what's
that about?
Actually, I kind of love that, so I'm fine with it. Because so often, I'll just explain how this goes. Usually, we'll talk about it in the context of Donkey Kong Bonanza even. I'll finish a game and put it down, and then months later, they'll announce DLC. This happened to Breath of the Wild. Like, months later, the DLC came out for that had, like, some story stuff, like, in December or whatever. I was already done playing it. And I went back to try to, like, play the DLC, and I didn't remember what the hell I was doing in Breath of the Wild or what the controls were or anything. So I didn't really play that DLC. And okay, now, like, if I know that there's a DLC, or if one comes out fairly quickly after the release of a game, and I want to experience more of that game, I'm okay with that happening.
Even if you have to pay for it?
Even if I have to pay for it, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. If it's content that is outside the scope of the original game, and I feel that I have received my money's worth of entertainment out of it, then I'm perfectly fine.
That's fair.
Tossing in some extra for DLC. Absolutely. And we'll talk about that with Donkey Kong Bonanza in just a bit. There's a preview of that. But yeah, let's talk about some news. Basically, it's just the Nintendo Direct that happened on Friday. And gosh, that was a pretty packed Nintendo Direct. I don't know if you watched it.
It was quite long. Yeah.
It was an hour.
Yeah.
Which is pretty rare, I feel like.
No, rare is at Microsoft now.
Yeah. Well, you're right.
You knew that was coming.
I knew it was coming. As soon as it escaped my mouth.
Yeah.
I was like, well, Phil's not here. Maybe Greg won't. Got it.
No.
Yep. All right. Let's talk about Nintendo Direct. Part of it, like a third of it, was because it's Mario's 40th anniversary. The 40th anniversary of Super Mario Brothers 1. to be exact.
Yeah, so not really Mario's 40th because
Not Mario's
it was
40th.
Donkey Kong, right? So
yeah. But the Super Mario Brothers series is 40 years old.
You know that makes you old, right?
Don't even say it. Don't say it.
Yeah, I have to say, really happy to see that Galaxy 1 and 2 are being re-released. Because those were like the only, with that Mario 3D collection, those were the games. I mean, and they were pretty new at the time, I guess, relatively new. I think they might have been the newest 3D Mario games at the time, weren't they? When that 3D collection came out?
No.
I don't remember how long ago
because
that
Mario 3D World.
Right. Anyway,
was out before that.
Either way, they were missing, right?
Well, Mario Galaxy 1 is on the 3D Mario All-Stars collection.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
2 is not.
Also, not to mention that the 3D Mario All-Stars is a limited release.
It was a limited release, yeah.
Just dumb. But anyway,
happy to see
them
the digital of that.
Yeah.
So I can buy Mario Galaxy 2 separately.
CJ lives at no limit. Can you buy them separately?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Buy them separately.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Separately for $40 each, or as a pack for something like $70.
Yeah, 70 US is the price.
Yeah.
Either way, honestly, that was the most exciting part of the Mario 40th stuff, in my opinion.
Mario 40th. Well, I'll tell you what. At the beginning of this Direct, they did this thing like the intro to the Super Mario Brothers 40th anniversary thing where they showed off like sketches of the title screen and stuff. And I was like, oh shit, are they doing it? Are they doing what I said they might do last week? Like a Digital Eclipse style documentary sort of content with the original SMB. No, they're not. They just showed off like an exhibit at the Nintendo Museum in Kyoto, which is awesome.
Their equivalent is just telling you to come to Kyoto.
Come to Kyoto, yeah. And maybe I'll have to. Maybe I'll start looking into airfare out there because that would be pretty cool to see.
So how many nerds do you think are going to buy a ticket because they're limited edition Mario tickets, even though they're not going to go?
At least a few.
Yeah.
Phil? Would you actually get your lanyard? Will you get your ticket?
I have no idea.
I don't think you would get
We know people who live in Japan.
Well, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah. You don't have to live in Japan to get a ticket to the Nintendo Museum.
I know that, but you're saying getting the lanyard and stuff. Get someone to go. Get John Riccardi to go, and he could just walk out. He'll look like Mr. T, but with Mario lanyards. Like
he'll just have all of them on there.
Yeah, barely be able to breathe.
Okay,
dragged down by the weight of them. He'd do it.
He would. He's probably going to go.
He's probably going to do it.
Yeah, he's probably going to go anyway. I would like to go to the Nintendo Museum in Kyoto at some point.
I would love to do that.
Yeah. Maybe we should just do that. Show trip. Let's go.
There you go.
Let's go to Japan.
As long as I get to fly out of Canada.
Sure. Can I also fly out of Canada?
Absolutely. You are welcome up here anytime you want, my friend.
Oh, goody.
Just don't tell Phil.
I won't. So Mario 40th stuff. Yeah, the Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 thing is cool. That comes out pretty soon, right? October.
Yes.
So, what was that? October 4th, right?
Maybe?
October 2nd.
That's what I said, October 2nd.
Okay. I knew it was somewhere around there. So that's exciting. Mario Tennis Forever, not Forever, Fever. Mario Tennis Fever.
Yeah.
Less exciting.
Yeah.
I remember
when Mario sports games were just all the rage, right?
Yeah. And some of them are good. Golf?
Oh, some of them have been very good. Don't get me, and I'm sure tennis is really good. I'm just not interested in playing tennis. Yeah. That's all.
I don't think.
Although I do like that it's got a bit of an RPG element to it.
It does, but after Mario Golf, which also had a bit of an RPG to it, but it was really not great.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't the kind of RPG that I think everybody was anticipating. I'm not really as interested in that aspect. I'd have to wait for reviews, and maybe it's wait for reviews plus wait like 2 weeks to see what the actual staying power of this is. I don't know. Mario
They just need
Tennis,
to remake Mario Golf from the Game Boy Color. That was the best one.
They do, yeah. I mean, Mario Golf 3DS was great.
Yeah,
I spent a lot of time playing that one. And the one on Switch is all right. Not great.
I don't think I ever played it.
Not great. But oh well. And then we got Mario Wonder 2 Switch 2 edition. This one though, like mostly adds like multiplayer modes, which I don't think I want to play any of those.
I have almost
like mini
no
games.
memory of Mario Wonder.
Oh really?
I just don't. I mean, I played it. I beat it.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you much about it outside of the flower thing. And I think he turns into an elephant. Right?
The elephant, yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Like, it's just, and I don't know if it's just because we're not inundated with Mario games, but Mario games come out so much more frequently than they used to that they don't necessarily feel like an event to me anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me, but
it's just you.
And I've never been like the new Super Mario games are good, but they're not my favorites. You know, and I mean this falls squarely into that camp.
I think Mario Wonder is better than New Super Mario Brothers.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying that in general, like the 2D Marios, just I like them. When I play them, I like them. But yeah. I just like, I was watching this and just saying, I don't have any strong memories of Mario Wonder at all, except that I hated the voice of the flowers.
Multiplayer modes. I'm just not interested.
No.
So I don't think I'll be getting this at all.
Give me a remake of Mario 3 with these graphics.
That would be pretty cool.
Or Mario 2.
I'd love that. You know I'd love that.
I know you would.
They also announced a new Yoshi game, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book.
Yeah, and that's another one. I was talking with a friend of mine. Like the Yoshi games,
like Crafted World,
looked really good.
Yeah,
but I don't think I've really loved one since Yoshi's Island.
Me either.
Right? Like Yoshi's Island is a masterpiece.
Yeah,
great game. But every one of them since then has been like between and it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean it looks great. It looks really good.
They always do. Yoshi games always look great.
Yeah, and maybe it'll be good, but I don't know. Have to wait for reviews on that.
Yeah,
and wait to see how expensive it is too.
$100.
Maybe
in Canada.
Maybe. Oh, I also wanted to point out that Nintendo is releasing the physical talking flower from Mario Wonder next spring. They showed that, and I was like, that is something that I will not be buying.
It reminded me because it's a motion sensor toy. They mentioned that, and all I could think of was the Big Mouth Billy Bass at EGM. So people, I'm assuming most people remember what the Big Mouth Billy Bass was, but it looked like a fish, a bass. Mm-hmm. I guess it was a bass that was mounted. Looks, like fishermen do that sometimes, where they get the fish mounted for display. But it was a motion sensor, and when you walked past it, it would turn and start singing at you. I forget, it had 2 songs. The one we had 2 songs in it.
Yeah.
But what we used to do, because we had one at EGM for some reason, and in the Oakbrook office of EGM, the men's room was down a hallway, and it wasn't a very well lit hallway, because I don't think there was anything down there but the men's room. But it was like nothing down there.
But
there was like a water fountain and then you turned a corner and the men's room was there. And so it just wasn't a well-traveled hallway. It wasn't a well-lit hallway, but somebody, and I've always just guessed it was Mark or Shu, because it seems like something they would do,
or Crispin.
Had set the thing underneath the water fountain where you couldn't really see it, but it would go off every time you walked past it. It scared the crap out of me. But then at one point, I remember somebody actually put it on the urinal.
Yeah, put it in the bathroom.
And I think, if I remember correctly, it was one of those bathrooms that had dividers between the urinals. So when you walk in, you couldn't see what was in there. You could tell if somebody was standing there, but like you couldn't see the urinal. So I just remember walking around the corner and that thing turning and shouting at me and just scaring. I didn't need to use the urinal anymore.
Because the acoustics in the bathroom,
it was so loud
already, and it was very loud. It was set on like the loudest setting. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yep.
Yeah. This comes out in spring 2026. I won't be purchasing.
They're really leaning into the toy stuff again, aren't they?
They are. Yeah. Alarmo.
Yeah.
It was kind of the start of that. And then the Talking Flower, and then Amiibo. So we can talk about Amiibo here for a second too, because they announced Amiibo for a lot of things. During the presentation, like Kirby Air Riders is getting Amiibo, Metroid Prime 4 is getting Amiibo, and Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are getting Amiibo also. But they're
stupidly expensive.
$40 for like
That's
the Mario
ridiculous.
Wonder, or no, Mario Galaxy Amiibos. And then the Kirby ones are $50 each.
Like, what's the justification for that?
Well, the Kirby ones, I don't know if you saw it. Like they have
the
like
interchangeable
thing, and that kind of makes sense, I guess. But
I mean, it makes sense that they're more expensive than the other ones. It doesn't make sense that they're that expensive.
I think production costs and where these the Amiibo are manufactured, and then like I don't want to say tariffs
thing
but
too. Well, I mean, it might be
tariffs. Yeah, that's when the Amiibo prices went up in the spring because of tariffs, and it was the Zelda Amiibo and
but see,
the Street Fighter Amiibo.
I don't pay attention to Amiibo prices anymore, but I wonder what they're like in Canada, because just shipping directly to Canada then. If it's the tariffs that are causing the price increase, like, well, it's a thing, right? Like, because as an example, last night, because ever since the tariff thing happened, and I know we don't want to get too political here, but this is a thing.
No.
Ever since the whole tariff trade war thing started up here, obviously, as you can imagine, it's been a very heavy push to buy Canadian.
Yeah.
And anyway, so I was at that Sarah Milliken show last night, and she made a point at the end. She was calling out, like, you can buy merch from the website and stuff like that. And she made a point of calling out that there was a Canadian section on the website so that you could buy this stuff without having it, I'm guessing, shipped through the US. Well, no, not even shipped at all, because it was she had gone out of her way to make sure that this stuff was manufactured in Canada.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
So, but it was to avoid the craziness that's happening, right? So, I mean, it's a thing. So I'm just curious, like, if that's the case, if Nintendo would do something like they wouldn't, and it doesn't matter. They would just raise the price anyway. But
yeah,
it is a thing that some people are doing. Just saying.
Greg?
Yeah.
2 words for you.
Freedom?
Virtual Boy.
Oh.
Virtual Boy.
I can't believe how stupidly happy I am that this is happening. It's going to be so funny. And I say this as someone who I am all in. I want one of those Virtual Boy stands so badly. Like, I'm buying one if at all possible.
Me too.
And I'm super excited that they're doing this. It's so great because, I mean, the Virtual Boy is Nintendo's biggest flop.
Yeah.
And they've sort of gone out of their way not to mention it. I mean, the 3DS was a thing. That would have been the perfect chance to re-release Virtual Boy games. And they did have a virtual console on that thing.
Yeah.
So, and no mention. And like, I don't stay up crazy. I don't pay super close attention to like the Smash Brothers games, but I'm guessing there's not a whole lot of Virtual Boy content in Smash Brothers games, even though you get a lot of little mentions of things.
I think they do acknowledge the Virtual Boy in Smash Brothers.
Do they? Okay. But either way, it's cool to see this happening.
Yeah.
And I feel so stupid that I want this so badly, because that stand it's basically a Virtual Boy.
Yeah, it is. Without the controller.
Without the controller. But what I was originally saying was, having said all that, boy, are a lot of people in for a major disappointment when they start playing the Virtual Boy games.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Because most of them are not amazing. And that's not to say they're all bad, but but it's cool that they're doing this. I do like that they're kind of like I was going back and looking at my old Genesis Mini reviews on my YouTube channel, because the 6th anniversary of the Genesis Mini is coming up, and yes, I do pay attention to that stuff. And I had said back then, because when the Genesis Mini came out, they released that set that was a Mega Drive and a Super 32X attachment, and I said, I kind of love that they're celebrating these two consoles that most people point at to say this is where Sega pretty much killed the golden goose. But I just love that they're doing it from a historic standpoint, and I love that Nintendo's going to do this too. That's fantastic.
Me too.
And I like that there's a cheaper alternative as well.
Yeah, so the Virtual Boy, the plastic stand, you can open up and put your Switch 2 screen into it. That's going to be $100 US. I think it's 109 Canadian.
Yeah, it's crazy. But
the cardboard model is $25,
which is basically the virtual headset from the cardboard. What was that stuff called for the Switch? Labo. It's basically the Labo headset from the looks of it.
It does look like red. It. Yeah, it's red though for Virtual Boy.
I wonder if the Labo headset. It probably won't, because it might work on the Switch. Because this is
different size
Switch as well, right?
Oh, I don't think so.
Well, it's on that picture, that image you just had a Switch logo.
Oh, you're right. Switch and Switch 2. Yeah, okay, so it might.
So I wonder if the Labo, because I still have mine, the Labo headset might work if you're playing them on Switch.
Yeah. So we got 14 games to be released over time, so that's important to remember. This will probably debut
the next 10 years.
In February, which is pretty cool. But then I imagine they'll launch it with 3 games or something like that. I would have to imagine it'll be Red Alarm, Tellero Boxer, and Mario Tennis.
Those were basically the launch games, weren't they?
I think. I didn't buy it at launch.
Oh, me neither. Actually, I don't own one.
I don't know how long it was later. They had them for $25 at Target, and I bought one.
You know what? It was, if you go back and look, it was probably a depressingly short period of time after the launch.
It probably was, because that thing flopped hard.
They stopped manufacturing them less than a year after they were released in the US. I went and looked that up. And they had built a whole manufacturing plant for those things in China. They built a plant for them. Oops.
Well, virtual reality, very big buzzword back then.
Yeah.
Nobody could quite get it right, including Nintendo.
Well, it was, the Virtual Boy was a prime example of the whole withered technology mantra that Gunpei Yokoi sort of lived by. Designed toys
that's
by.
A Nintendo thing too.
Well, yeah, but it was his philosophy, right?
Yeah.
Nintendo, yes, adopted it, but I am glad this is happening. And I saw something on social media this week that I thought was really interesting. I hadn't thought about it from this angle, but it makes perfect sense. Where, I know I like to bitch, and I think a lot of people do, about that we pay subscription services for everything. Yeah. And I know I've definitely complained in the past about how I wish that the virtual console as it used to exist was still a thing, where you could buy the games separately rather than playing a subscription and just having them drip fed to you. But that being said, this thing that I was reading on social media that made perfect sense was the subscription model is probably the main reason that this is even happening.
Yeah,
because if it was a situation where you had to buy these things separately, the interest would probably be so low it might not even be worth doing it.
Yeah.
So
whereas Nintendo will then charge players like you and me $100 to get the cool plastic replica thing.
But the handheld thing would be great. That'll work just fine.
Yeah, so, and you don't have to.
It'll probably
you can play these in 2D also, right? You don't have
Can
to.
you? I don't know that they said that. Because
I don't know, honestly.
to play them in 2D without doing a lot of work, they would basically just have to either show the left or the right screen.
Right, yeah.
To combine them would take a lot of work that I'm doubting they would do.
Yeah, I'm doubting they do that too.
And the only reason I even think about that is because Jeremy Parrish, of course, covered all the Virtual Boy games in his YouTube series. And so he had a VB that had a capture card set up on it, but it could only capture one side. So like every bit of footage he had was skewed because it was like the left eye or something like that.
Sure.
Or the right eye.
Sure.
So I don't think they said, I don't know if they said, but I don't remember them saying that you could play these 2D. I think
no 2D, you need the headset or the cardboard one, says Cronzy.
So, but the cardboard thing will probably be actually more comfortable than the actual Virtual Boy replica. Because the Virtual
I would
Boy
imagine so.
Was really
you had to have a
painful to play.
Tabletop to like set it up on, and then
but you need like a high tabletop, or else you're hunched over.
You're hunched over.
That was the problem with the thing when it came out.
It's true. So February 17th, 2026 for Virtual Boy Nintendo Classics. Yeah.
Inferno in our chat is asking, I want to know what's the cardboard one. How are you going to supposed to hold it at your face and hold a controller too? You just keep the controllers attached to the Switch.
Yeah.
So you'll be holding it and using the controllers, which is how the Labo version
worked
as well.
Or you could lay down on the couch and just have it sit on your face.
So when I was watching this part of the Direct, my son happened to be in the room and he saw it and he goes, "What is that?" So I was just like, I had to explain what the Virtual Boy was. And I'm pretty sure he lost interest halfway through my description, but I called that out because I vividly remember in an issue of Nintendo Power, because this thing was so uncomfortable to play, that there was a picture of a kid that had detached it from the stand and was laying on his bed with the thing, with gravity holding it to his face so he could play it.
I imagine that will be a popular way to play Virtual Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. An uncomfortable way to play.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what else we got here. They announced a lot of stuff, honestly. Yeah. I want to go into Pokopia here. So this is a Pokemon spin-off game. Pokemon Pokopia. It's developed by Koei Tecmo, and I really got Dragon Quest Builders vibes off of this.
Oh yeah,
a big way. Not only did Koei Tecmo develop Dragon Quest Builders 2,
yeah,
but I don't think Square Enix is doing Dragon Quest Builders anymore, which is honestly a mistake because that game. I know
you love those games. You and your
my daughter,
has
spent 500 plus hours playing Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Yeah, that was some of the most you telling stories about you two playing those games together was some of the most heartwarming things we've ever talked about on this show.
It's true. It's true.
It's just so wholesome.
It is. It was. I would do the voice acting. I'd read all the text as we would play. So, and then when she
with the voices, right? Yeah.
When she could read, then she would do the female voices, and I would do the male voices. And
so cute.
It was fun.
It also tells you how old those games are.
I know.
Because I don't know your daughter's exact age, but yeah, I know she's a teenager.
She's 13, yeah. So Pokopia looks like Dragon Quest Builders in general, but with the Pokemon twist to it. And I'm very curious to see how far that actually goes, like in terms of how similar it is to Dragon Quest Builders. And that was always also very similar to like Minecraft as well. Like, so how similar is this to both of those things?
Yeah, I think that because when I was watching it, I had said that it really has a Minecraft vibe to it, but I meant the look. But now that you're saying that, you're right. It looks more like Dragon Quest Builders.
Yeah.
I'm curious too, because they didn't show anything to do with like digging or, you know what I mean? Like
battling.
This is all pretty much just like a community build, almost Animal Crossing like.
Yeah.
Although there is a part, and actually we're watching the video here, there is a part where they created a waterfall in the background. So
yes, there
might be a little bit of like terraforming and landscaping,
which you could kind of do in Dragon Quest Builders too. You could do things like that in that. Okay. So curious though what the gameplay loop is going to be like.
It looks
are
really
you going
interesting.
on quests with these Pokemon? Like, where are you catching them? Like, yeah, and this all seems to be like Gen 1 Pokemon that are being
because I was pretty much rattling off names, and I haven't paid attention to new Pokemon since probably Gold and Silver.
Yeah.
So
yeah, kind of interesting though. A Ditto that takes human form is the main character in this. I thought that was kind of interesting.
I think it's a cool idea rather than just throwing another trainer at it. Like another trainer avatar at it. I'm really. Did they say if this was Switch as well or just Switch 2?
Oh, I don't know.
I've stopped paying attention to that, but the reason I'm asking is
Switch
because 2. Okay, because my oldest Pokemon is one of those. She doesn't like a lot of games, but she loves Pokemon. She has 2 Pokemon games for her Switch, and she loves Animal Crossing, and she loves Stardew Valley. So when I saw this, I'm like, oh, this really looks like it would be right up her alley.
Totally.
But she doesn't have a Switch 2. And she's away at college now. So I'm not buying her a Switch 2 because that's too expensive.
There you go.
She has her Switch, but I guess this isn't going to be on the Switch. So it's too bad.
Yeah. But it looks great. I think it looks really good.
Cute. Yeah.
Yeah. I also want to talk about the new Fire Emblem that they announced. Which was at the end of the direct. I think it looks great. I think the setting, it looks really cool. Kind of unlike what I expected from a Fire Emblem game, because it's got kind of an ancient Rome thing going on.
Yeah. So is it that this, like, I feel like what they're saying here is the Colosseum, like the games in the Colosseum are kind of the central point to the story.
It does seem that way.
Them.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. I played a little bit of Fire Emblem Engage. Didn't love it.
Yeah, I haven't played a Fire Emblem in a long time.
But I really loved the Fire Emblem games on 3DS. Was Awakening on 3DS or was that DS? I don't even remember.
I don't remember, but those were the consoles where Fire Emblem really took off here.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and this just looks beautiful in general. Like, the graphics look awesome. I mean, Fire Emblem character design has always been good, but
yeah,
this looks really good. I guess we missed out on talking about Metroid.
Yeah, boy, that didn't feel like a very good showing for Metroid.
It did not.
It's nice that we have a date. It's
December.
Yeah.
4th.
When Samus first appeared on the motorcycle, I'm like, oh, is this like Mario Kart DLC? Like, what's happening here?
I wasn't even sure this was Metroid. I was like, what do you like? That looked like Samus, but a motorcycle?
You know what it reminded me of?
Extreme G3.
Extreme G. That's exactly it. I was trying to remember that name when it came on, because again, my son was watching with me, and I said, this looks like an old PlayStation 2 racing game. I could not remember the name of it, but that's exactly what I was thinking of with Extreme G. It looks exactly like an Extreme G.
It just doesn't really look that interesting, the motorcycle bits. It looks like, honestly, the motorcycle itself kind of looks like, N64 era rejected design.
Yeah.
I don't know about the gameplay bits on this motorcycle. I don't love it.
I really want to learn more, because I'll say I'm fascinated, just because I really want to know what I'm looking at.
Well, that's the whole thing with this trailer. Yeah. I didn't feel like I knew what I was looking at all. It's like, okay, how much of the open world motorcycle bits are really going to be in this game? And
they definitely focused on it at first.
They did.
I mean, it's Metroid Prime 4. I'm going to play it.
I will too. Yeah.
But it was not it didn't feel like a great trailer to me.
It didn't.
And it's also on Switch, apparently. So
also on Switch, yeah.
Yeah.
Out on the 4th of December, with some books, the Metroid Prime 1 to 3 visual retrospective, and then here are their amiibo offerings.
They're really going heavy on the book stuff now too. That is a cool amiibo. Samus sitting on the motorcycle. I'm not spending any money on that, but I think it looks cool.
I disagree. I think it looks terrible. I think
you look terrible.
Well, that's a given. But I don't think I'll buy any of these amiibo. I already have Samus
Oh, I won't be
in
buying any of them.
2 different poses that look similar to this, and I don't really want the Extreme G3 reject bike design. I just don't think it looks great. Sorry to say.
I mean, I stopped buying amiibo back when they were reasonably priced.
Yeah.
There's no way I can justify the money on these things.
This right here was a $30 amiibo. This Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Oh, really? Yeah, see, that's too much.
That is my ceiling. So in June, when the Switch 2 came out, they offered 4 new amiibo for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and the price was $30 for each one. And I was like, no, that's too much for more Zelda amiibo.
Yeah.
But a Donkey Kong amiibo, I'll buy that for 30. That's probably the last.
I can't think of what another amiibo would have to be for me to buy it at these prices.
Yeah.
I can't figure out what would be the tipping point. Like Sonic wouldn't be it.
No.
Right?
No.
Because I have a Sonic amiibo.
Luigi's Mansion 3, I might. Or no, 4.
Maybe,
sorry.
But it would have to be something really awesome.
It would have to be real good. But yeah. Okay, and let's see. What else did we miss anything?
Dragon Quest 7 reimagined.
Oh, Dragon Quest 7. Yes. Where did that go? This looks really cool. I don't have any nostalgia for Dragon Quest 7.
No, my nostalgia for Dragon Quest 7, and again, I was telling my son this story while he looked bored and stared at his phone, but all I could think of was when we first saw Dragon Quest 7 at EGM, when they first brought it around, because it was the first new mainline Dragon Quest that was coming west since Dragon Quest 4.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because 5 and 6 didn't come here, and it was before they were re-releasing that stuff on DS, obviously, because the DS wasn't a thing yet. They had re-released Dragon Quests 1 through 3 on Game Boy Color by that point, I think.
Yes.
Anyway, it was a big deal because there hadn't been a new mainline Dragon Quest game in the US since 4, and 4 came out way after the NES wasn't really a going concern anymore. And were they ever trading hard on the nostalgia of it. I remember whoever the PR person was for that, when we first played the game, when they first showed it to us, I have to say it was underwhelming. The way it looked was underwhelming. Right. And when they went downstairs, it had that classic Dragon Quest sound effect that they were making a big deal about. And then I remember getting it, playing it for a while, and just walking around that island and doing nothing. The beginning of that game was such a slow burn. Like it was detrimental to it, actually. The pacing just sucked. Which is why I'm excited with this, that they're calling it reimagined.
Right.
I hope that means they've rebalanced all of that stuff.
Well, this is like 100+ hour RPG too.
Right. Right. Because I don't know. I'm excited that it's called reimagined because I hope it's been rebalanced. But then I also remember getting excited about Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D and bouncing off of it because the difficulty was terrible.
Yeah.
So even on like easy mode. So I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic. I would like to play this. Now, I never really played Dragon Quest 7 on 3DS. I don't know if they addressed any of that stuff on the 3DS version. And if that's if they did, then that gives me even more hope that they've done it here. But I don't know.
Yeah, this looks cool though. I'm all in for more Dragon Quest because it's a fun series.
Do you like the way the characters look?
I do, because they look like their art back in the day. Like I think they look good. I think they look classic, like
Toriyama-ish.
I don't think this would be like if this was made. Well, maybe if it was made today, they would look like this. But it looks storybookish.
It's an interesting, because Dragon Quest 11 is what I was expect
Yeah.
these characters could look
And
like,
that's
and these
not
don't.
what-
These are very
Yeah.
like super deformed chibi style
Yes.
Toriyama characters,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I think works with that style. But
Much more close to the sort of key art for Dragon
Yes.
Quest VII, just
Yeah,
in
yeah,
general.
yeah.
Right? Yeah. Dustin McKenzie in the chat says, "I want." Kind of makes me want a remake of Final Fantasy IX in this style. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I
There was
really
a-
hope they
there was
decide
that
to take on
rumor
that stuff.
that they were going to do a Final Fantasy IX remake. I think that's like the last thing from the Epic Games leak that happened like 5
Okay.
years ago,
Okay.
something like that. But overall, pretty good Nintendo Direct, I thought.
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that looked good that I probably won't play, but it still
Like
looks good.
Fatal Frame 2,
Fatal Frame
Crimson
looks really
Butterfly
good.
remake.
Yeah. But I mean, like
Look cool.
Yoshi and
Yeah.
Dragon Quest 7 is questionable. Pocopia, I won't play. Fire Emblem, I won't play.
Yeah.
Mario Tennis, I won't play. Wonder Switch 2 Edition, I won't play. And I will say I did come away a little bit underwhelmed with the Mario 40th anniversary stuff. I was kind of hoping they were going to do something a little more exciting. I really wanted a new Mario game.
Yeah.
I didn't really expect that.
No.
But yeah, just like, I mean, again, Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, cool. And I like that you can buy them separately digitally if you want. That's great.
Yeah.
But that was kind of like, okay, that was the most exciting thing. And this is the 40th anniversary. Like,
yeah.
Why aren't we doing more?
Why not bring back Super Mario Brothers 35
or something?
Make it SMP 40
right,
for NSO or something.
So
yeah.
But I mean, it was packed. It was packed with a lot of really good looking stuff.
Packed.
And Resident Evil 9 on the Switch too. That's I know people are pretty impressed that that's even happening.
Plus 7 and 8 are coming to Switch 2. Also, that's great.
Also exciting stuff.
Yeah. Indeed. I think that's it.
That's it
from the Nintendo
All
Direct.
The news that's fit to print.
I think that might be it. But overall, I thought it was a really good showing, and let's hope they. I was hoping they would do Mario Kart World DLC.
Yeah,
I was surprised. I
was a little bit surprised we didn't hear anything about that.
Also surprised that that online test that they've done now twice for whatever game. I don't know anything about it, but they've done that online multiplayer test for some top secret game. I was surprised that wasn't in here because now they've done 2 tests for that. Is
there a new Splatoon coming?
Yeah, Splatoon Raiders.
Okay, I was surprised there was nothing there.
Yeah, I know. They announced it via Nintendo today.
Right.
Right after the Switch 2 launch, I think. And also surprised that there was nothing about Splatoon Raiders. Very curious to see what that ends up being.
Yeah.
And no Animal Crossing. I mean, Animal Crossing, they're probably working on it, right?
Oh, they have to be.
On Animal Crossing for Switch 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonder what that's going to be like.
Staple at this point, so.
It's true. It's true.
But I mean, it's also Nintendo, and they've really gotten into this sort of cycle where they don't show all of their tentpole games like years in advance. Right. Like, I mean, Metroid, yes, we've been hearing about forever, but I also feel like that was when they first started talking about a new Metroid Prime, it was kind of a canary in a coal mine situation where, they were just sort of saying, are people interested in this? Let's see how they react. But we're not really seeing much of anything that's like a major franchise past December at this point. So,
yeah.
We might start hearing something in December about the next big one.
Tomodachi Life.
Yeah, but I'm talking like tentpole. I'm talking like Zelda, Mario, Animal Crossing, Metroid, Splatoon, like the big ones, right?
What do you think the next Mario is going to be?
I don't know.
Is it going to be a Mario Wonder 2, or is it going to be?
Not.
a new 3D Mario. I mean, they just finished Donkey Kong Bonanza. That was the
what
3D
would have
Mario
been
team.
really great that I was kind of hoping they would say they were doing. It's time to remake Mario 64.
Remake Mario 64.
Yeah. It's been long enough. I mean, it's 30 years next year. Right?
Yeah.
So let's do it. And I'm not saying like revamp the way it plays, even just give it a whole new, like, give it some polish, like re-render it.
Yeah.
I think that would be great.
That would definitely be good. I'd love to see them redo Ocarina of Time as well.
Yeah. Just in general, I mean,
stuff.
we're getting into the 30-year anniversary of their big N64 games.
Yeah.
Let's start looking at remaking some of that stuff.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I gotta say. All right. Well, I guess that's it for news. Let's hop into what we've been playing.
Okay.
I spent some time with everybody's golf hotshots this week. I think I talked about it last week a little bit. I had played a couple rounds, and I had since I pre-purchased the game, I got the early unlock of Pac-Man, but I didn't know exactly how to unlock Pac-Man because it says that you have it, but you can't select it yet. And I forgot what the unlock condition was. Turns out you have to do the tutorial, which the game does not like immediately guide you through. Like you have to select it off of the title screen. It's like the third or fourth like entry on the title screen.
Who goes to tutorial?
I know.
You've been playing everybody's golf or Hot Shots golf for 30 years. Why would you ever go to
Why would you play
tutorial?
the tutorial? But I did. There's 12 tutorial things in there, and actually some of them were quite good because it clued me in on some changes. You remember like in Hancha and well, I think these are changes. Maybe they're not changes, and I just don't realize it. But like putting spin on the ball in Hot Shots, like you had to like hold up or down or to the side.
Yeah, you could do like a super back spin or super. Yeah.
Yeah, so they have that where you hold the directional after or like when you've started the hit gauge. But now they also have it so that you can predetermine your spin before you actually start the gauge. So you hit X and it brings up the little ball and then you put spin on it there anywhere you want.
Okay.
And hit X again and then you can start the shot gauge. So after you shoot, it'll take into account that spin that you put on it.
That's
so you don't have to worry about like holding the directional down and like trying to do two things at once. Worrying about the gauge and holding down a directional. Yeah. Kind of nice. I like that.
Okay.
And then they have like 3 different gauges. Like normally, like it's you hit the A button 3 times, like to start the gauge, to stop the power, set your power, and then set the shot. They have like a different way of visually representing it as well, like where you actually start your avatar in game starts a swing, and that's how you gauge your power. Or there's like another one that curves up and at an angle, basically. So you can choose which one of those you want to use, which is nice. And you, with the spin thing, you can set it to classic as well if you want to do it that way. And they have a lot of little settings like that where it's like, would you like to do the improved QOL thing that we did or go back to classic, including like camera angles and stuff. And by the way, they did put out a patch, so it is 60 frames a second on Switch 2.
Oh, good. That's good.
At least in most cases, like when you take a shot, it's 60 frames per second, but apparently it dips down to like mid 40s as well. But between 40 and 60, I'm fine with it. It's not unplayable.
People's big complaint was that the shots could be inaccurate because of the frame rate. So even if they just fix that, that's definitely an improvement.
Right, because in the old Hot Shots games, the shot gauge was 60 frames per second. And so it was very smooth. So when it was 30, when this originally came out, it was like sort of stutter, like it was moving slower than people expected. So good change overall. I unlocked Pac-Man and started playing as Pac-Man, of course. It's got some cute sounds, like when you step up to the tee and when you hit a shot and when you sink the ball. It's got some fun Pac-Man sounds. So I'm very happy with that. And I got to say, I would not have had the patience to play as far into the game as you have to unlock this character. So I'm pleased that I unlocked it early by pre-purchasing. Mm-hmm. So pleased with that. I also picked up Linked Banner of the Spark. So this game was in the Nintendo Direct. We didn't talk about it, but it was.
I don't remember this at all.
It's an indie game. Let me bring up some footage of Linked. This has been out on Steam for a little while as well. But it's basically a cartoony Hades almost.
Okay.
It's sort of a futuristic, like really bright colors, really cute looking game in general. And you're fighting robots mainly, but are Hades games roguelikes?
I don't know.
Is that what we call them? No.
Sure.
It's a Hades-like.
If we're wrong, someone will tell us.
Yeah. Where you can use melee weapons and sort of upgrade them with perks during your run. It's all run based, and there are different areas. So your weapons are upgraded during your run. You can like add different modifications to them and power them up. And it's pretty cool. I like it a lot, actually. It's a cooperative game.
I really like the art style.
I like the art style a lot. Yeah, it's I checked how many people were streaming it after the announcement or the Nintendo Direct. It was nobody.
Oh.
Which I felt very bad for the devs, because I know the feeling of you've got your game in a Nintendo Direct and you have like stars in your eyes, like this is going to get in front of so many people. Then it's like one of the longest Nintendo Direct that they've ever done, and also nobody's paying attention to this little indie game that got announced, which is too bad. But it's got a little bit of town building in here as well, and a little bit of a story to it. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah,
it looks good.
Having fun with it. It's an action roguelike, very Hades reminiscent. Maybe dumbed down a little bit. I don't know. But I am enjoying it.
Wasn't Hades 2 in the Direct as well?
Hades 2 was in the Direct.
Yeah. That's another one we didn't talk about. I mean, I have nothing to say about it, but I'm just saying.
I have nothing to say about it either. Yeah. It looks great.
Yeah.
Hades is a great game. So.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I also played some Void Crew this morning with their good friend Mike and some other folks. Void Crew just came out on consoles quite recently.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
This was a PC game. So
tell me more.
It's sort of Sea of Thieves, but in space, and there are no other like player controlled characters that can like shoot you out of the skies or anything. Like it's just against computer controlled opponents, and you go on different missions on your ship. I think it's up to 6 or 8 players simultaneously, but we're on a 4-player ship today, and I'm mainly a gunner. That's my specialty.
Specialty.
Yeah. But it's super fun to play. They put in a roguelike mode into Void Crew very recently. I haven't played any of that. But yeah, this is a pretty fun sort of Sea of Thieves like.
It's pretty cheap too.
It's only like $24
or something like that.
Yeah, $25. Let me bring up a trailer here.
I'm gonna have to. You know what? I'm gonna have to get that so I can play with you guys. Yeah,
you're gonna get it.
I really want to try it. You describing it. I don't know why, but I like the sound of it. So,
it's good. Yeah, Mike will be pleased to hear.
I don't want to play with Mike. Just you.
But yeah, you select your ship, and then everybody sort of has a role on the ship, right? And you do
janitor. Can I be a Roger Wilco?
You can, yeah.
Phil would get that joke.
And each time you're done with a mission, you go into void space to select your next mission, and on occasion the void that you're in can degrade, and like you're then like thrown into a boss battle if you stay in the void too long and the void strength is too low. So
is it cross-platform?
It's cross-platform, cross-play.
Sweet.
Yeah, highly recommended. Void Crew, really fun, and they did a lot of upgrades. So I tried to play it on PC with a controller, and it wasn't a great experience before. But today I played with a DualSense, and it was great.
Perfect.
So I'm into it. And then, I mean, if you like this style of game, there's another game coming out this week
Sea of Thieves?
No.
Oh.
Called Jump Space. This is a co-op adventure game, also kind of Sea of Thieves in space, but with more shooty shoot happening as well. Sort of a first-person shooter in a lot of ways.
I'm less interested in that.
You're taking on missions and like landing on planetoids and having fun like that. And I believe there is a PvP aspect to Jump Space, at least a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. I'm looking forward to it. I probably will pick up Jump Space because I do enjoy my Sea of Thieves likes. I'm happy that more developers are doing games that are similar to Sea of Thieves, that are tools, not rules, sort of adventures and in different genres, not just rules. Pirates.
Mm-hmm. Space pirates.
Space pirates.
In space, so it's a different game.
It's a completely different game, but I love I love that they're doing it. I love it. And there's also one coming soon. It's like a plant. It's called Sand, and
it's everywhere.
You're like bounty hunters on a sand planet, and that looks pretty cool too. But very excited about Jump Space. So that comes out this week. Co-op adventure game, and it looks awesome. That's all I've been playing.
Well, I'll tell you what,
Greg, what have you been playing?
All I've been playing is Shinobi Art of Vengeance, which I actually finished today.
Oh, really?
Rolled credits, baby.
Rolled credits. Okay.
Rolled credits. So now I've also finished beaten the boss rush. Mm-hmm. It unlocks arcade mode in every level. I'm like 4 trophies away from getting a platinum. I'm not really a trophy guy at this point, but I don't know, man. I'm kind of feeling it. I haven't tried the arcade modes of these levels yet, but I'm going to give them a try and see if they're reasonable. Because I think one of the trophies is to get an S rank on every arcade level, which doesn't feel like something I would accomplish, but still. Anyway, man, like this is my favorite game I've finished all year. Like,
really? Okay.
So good. And it just kept getting better and better. And to the point that like they're near the end of the game, there are like 5, 6, 7, 8, usually like 8 or 9 collectibles per level. So there's like a couple of hidden treasure chests. There's 5 medallions, I forget what they're called, and then there's which unlocks stuff in the store, and there are Anku Rifts, which I was talking about last week, that are sort of these challenge stages. And so I 100%ed the whole game. Went back and found all that stuff, and let me tell you, man, in some of the final levels, getting those collectibles, they put you in some jumping puzzles, some jumping challenges that I'm not going to say they're as heavy as like a Meat Boy or a Celeste, because I haven't really played those games, but they are how I imagine those games to be. They are difficult as hell, and I don't normally have patience for that stuff. And I like the last one that I needed to finish today after I'd unlocked the final stage. The final stage is tiny. I didn't go into it because the penultimate stage, there was a section that I kind of skipped, and that was where the last medallion I needed was, and that was where the last elite squad. There are always 2 or 3 elite squad battles in each level as well, which is literally just an arena battle where you just get like attacked by a crazy number of enemies, and there's usually like more powerful versions of those enemies and stuff like that. And I must have done that jumping challenge 50 times before I got it. And it was like instant kill stuff, right? Like the whole thing was, if you make one wrong move, you're surrounded by these like buzzsaws, which are instant kill, and you're surrounded by these flame jets, which are instant kill. And you had to do the whole thing over again. There's no checkpoint. And I just kept at it, which I do not do. So I think that speaks a lot to how much I was enjoying the game. And there, the Anku Rifts, the final one is kind of like an amalgamation of everyone that of the 9 that came before it. It's kind of every challenge. So like part of it is a jumping challenge, and then part of it is like a climbing challenge with moving platforms, and then you're using an updraft for one of his abilities is to like hold a cloth above his head and use an updraft to float, and it's just everything you've done. And that was another one that I spent a lot of time finishing, but I had to finish it. So, but yeah, man, I can't recommend it enough. I'm so crazy about it. It's definitely my favorite thing I've finished this year. I'm still playing Expedition 33. I put it on hold to play more of this. So I'm not saying it's my favorite game, because I really like Expedition 33 as well. I will say probably like the saddest part of this is I really enjoyed Ninja Gaiden Ragebound.
Yeah.
But this coming out so soon after it kind of hurts Ragebound. Just because they're not super similar games, but they're very similar premises, right? And of course they're continuations of classic ninja side-scrolling action games that people of our vintage grew up on. So and I feel like Shinobi totally overwhelmed my feelings and memories of Ragebound, which I only played a couple weeks ago. Only finished a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, Lizard Cube did an amazing job. I forget the other name of the studio, the name of the other studio. I think it was like 7 or something like that. Like SEAVEN. Did a great job.
Okay.
I had a little bit of a chuckle this week because I think it was Time Extension posted this story that the voice actor for Joe Musashi, who's the main character, is Takanobu Mitsuyoshi. The Daytona guy, the guy who sang the Daytona, who composed and sang the Daytona theme song.
No way.
So after watching the credits, I realized that, probably the reason it's him is because he actually also worked on the sound design of this game, as did Yuzo Koshiro, by the way. He had a hand in it as well. But what made me laugh is that Joe Musashi literally grunts. He doesn't say anything for the entire game. In the dialogue boxes, when people are talking to him, all he says is, and it's like, but you've got Mitsuyoshi doing the voice. I should say he does say one word at the end of the game, but that's it. Okay. So it's so funny to me because it was like a bit of a news story that Mitsuyoshi is the voice actor for the game. And it's like, but he never says anything. It's when Musashi speaks in the dialogue boxes, it's either just an ellipses or it's an ellipses with an exclamation point at the end. That's it.
That's amazing. Okay.
But anyway, yeah, fantastic game. Highly recommend it. I hope other people like it as much as I do, because it's definitely in the mix for my game of the year, which sadly is getting pretty close to being time to choose that stuff.
I know, right?
The final quarter of the year, which is crazy.
And it's also just been a great year of games, just in general.
Yeah. So, and I mean, we do have Metroid coming. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
A couple other big releases on the way. So,
I mean, Luminez Arise,
and Luminez Arise. Yeah.
And Pokemon Z-A.
Yeah.
So games that people on this podcast are involved with. In some capacity. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Great time. Love it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Very good stuff.
So that's all I was really playing this week. Now, I finally put Shinobi to bed, so I'm definitely going to get back to Expedition 33.
I did. There was an update to Ninja Gaiden on the Switch where you can set your target frame rate.
Yes.
So on the Switch 2, you can set it to 60, and then it plays at 60 frames a second, which is awesome.
And I will say, like, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is a really good game. Like, I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed it enough that, again, I put everything else aside so I could play through it. Mm-hmm. And when I started Shinobi, I was like, this is great. These are two really good games. I'm really enjoying both of them, but Shinobi definitely pulled
one
ahead.
Out.
Yeah,
I see.
So
they also added, I don't know if this was new to this patch, but I finally found the screen shake option to turn it off.
Oh, good.
Like, I had been playing with it at 30, and then of course it had screen shake. I don't know if this was an option before. I thought I looked for it and didn't find it, but I was fighting a boss and there was a lot of screen shake and it was giving me nausea.
Right, you were saying.
So I had to like put it down like immediately. So the combination of higher frame rate plus being able to turn off screen shake is going to help a lot for me to be able to play Ninja Gaiden.
I hope you give it a shot then, because it is a really good game.
Yeah. And I want to give Shinobi a shot as well.
Yes, you should.
There are too many games.
And the other nice thing is it is a tough game. And this will not help the jumping challenges, like the Yonko Rift challenges, except maybe the ones that are like arena battles. But it's got some pretty decent accessibility options.
Oh, that's good.
As well, you can really tweak a lot of things. Which, by the way, I love that we're calling these accessibility options now, because that's really what difficulty options are.
That's true.
I love that that's what we're doing.
I love that too. One thing we didn't talk about during our Nintendo Direct talk was the Donkey Kong DLC.
Right, because if Phil was here, he would probably be talking about that.
Phil picked it up. I also picked it up. I didn't really get a chance to dig into it. But I did unlock DK Island and ran around that a bit. Very cool. This is post-game DLC, by the way. So it's $20, but you can't access it until you finish the game.
Ugh.
Which is interesting. Right?
Okay.
Because I just finished the game fairly recently. So it would be weird if you could do this without beating the game, since one of the final bosses of the game is like the host for the Emerald Rush roguelike mode, which is like, I think, the big marquee thing in this DLC, where it puts you on different stages and you have to collect as much gold, which are now called emerald for this roguelike mode. You have to like collect as much as possible, and then Void Kong gives you different missions to do during that too. So it's not only finding emerald stuff, it's also doing other things in each stage of the game. So it's pretty cool.
I can't tell you how much I hate the way that sounds. But
yeah. But hey, a new way to play a game. Like if you're really loving the combat and the feel of playing Donkey Kong and just smashing through banana gems and gold, then you'll really like this. And I did like those things, and I would like to play more of that. So yeah, perks and skills reset after each run. Like, it is a true roguelike mode for this. So that's pretty cool. I like it. Anyway, I think that's it. We can venture into bluer skies.
Too bad we don't have Takanobu Mitsuyoshi here to sing that for us.
I know, exactly. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias Benjamin Rivers.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, yes. You have a 4-hour drive somewhere with your best friend, and they want you to make a game music mix for the trip. What are you putting in there?
Sega CD stuff.
Only Sega, not just Sega stuff, like Sega Arcade?
Oh, that
stuff,
too. But I mean, I'm going to
some
focus on
Sonic stuff. I'd go with some Final Fantasy 6 in that for sure.
definitely have some Mega Man tracks in there. NES Mega Man tracks, especially 2 and 3. Those soundtracks were fantastic.
I'd probably just load up Nintendo Music and hit on my favorites playlist because every time they release something, I mark tracks as favorites.
And it's just all of them.
It's just everything. So I have some things from Mario Odyssey on there, like the Kirby vocal track, like some stuff from Mario Kart, Green Island from Kirby, or the Green Greens, whatever that Kirby song is that everybody knows in the Game Boy game.
See, I would definitely have some Yuzo Koshiro stuff in there. Revenge of Shinobi,
Streets of
Rage 1 and 2, especially 2. ActRaiser as well.
Yeah.
And speaking of the Shinobi stuff, the Shadow Dancer soundtrack is fantastic as well.
Some DDR stuff like Butterfly.
Definitely some DDR stuff. Yep, for sure. Kataru Man. The Kataru Man soundtrack would definitely be on there. Some Spencer Nielsen stuff from the Sega CD. So you're talking like the Echo the Dolphin stuff and Batman Returns.
Is that driving music though? The Echo the Dolphin soundtrack, is that good driving music?
As long as it's not at night, because it would put you to sleep. But
that's true.
It is relaxing.
I see. You go for relaxing music when you take a drive, when you're on a road trip?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Robo Lesta, that soundtrack is also great. I mean, you could go on and on. There's been a lot of great soundtracks.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, the Tetris Effect Connected soundtrack. Yes, absolutely. Some Luminous.
Some of that's pretty relaxing as well.
That's true. Yeah, some of it.
Like you'd be getting a hot stone massage to some of those.
That's true. Sounds great.
It does actually right now. That sounds perfect.
All right. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias Docky, who says, which multiplayer games did you play in the past that only made sense because of your social situation? My ex and I played with another couple through Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles and Zelda 4 Swords. I also played 6-player Saturn Bomberman weekly during high school.
Wow. The first thing that pops to mind for me is Halo.
Halo 1.
The first Halo. Just because we were both working at EGM at the time, and boy, did we as a team love that game.
Yeah.
We were playing, what was it? Is it 16-player or 8-player? 16-player. 16-player multiplayer almost every night, especially on deadline nights. But we would stay late after work a lot. And because, of course, we were in an office that had a LAN, and we had...
Well, you had Ethernet output in every cubicle.
Cubicle, and also in the boardrooms and stuff like that. So, like, we would normally split up, right? I think we had 2 TVs in the boardroom that we used for dinners. Was there ever a meeting held in that room? Right at the end of the hall.
That's a good question.
I don't remember ever being in a meeting in that room, but I remember eating deadline dinner in that room almost every time.
I know. I don't think we ever did have a meeting in there. When we had meetings, it was in a different conference room.
Right. I remember eating deadline dinners in there and watching Survivor.
Not in that meeting room.
And
the
Turkish
Survivor
Star
was
Wars.
at Craig Kuyava's
No, we used to watch because I've only ever seen the first season of Survivor, and I watched it at that office. Anyway,
okay. And Family Guy,
yeah.
and Mr. Show,
and Turkish Star Wars,
and
Lion Man.
Yeah, not Turkish Star Wars. We didn't watch Turkish Star Wars then,
and probably a lot of Mr. Show as well. That was when I first saw Mr. Show. Anyway, but yeah, like it was just because of where we were. I loved that game. I will never say it wasn't as good a game as I thought it was back then. Mm-hmm. But when Halo 2 came around, I was no longer there.
Yeah. And it was a completely different experience.
I do not have the love of Halo 2 that I did for the first Halo. I don't have the love for any of the Halos after the first one. The way I loved the first one, but it had everything to do with the fact that I was working at my dream job with a bunch of people I loved, and we all loved Halo, and we all played Halo, and it was great.
Yeah. I kind of look back at the Dreamcast as kind of similar to that, like because Dreamcast wasn't popular in the US, but everyone on EGM like played Soul Calibur and loved that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Further to that, actually, now that you're bringing that up, that's a really good point, because I am not really a fighting game guy. And I mean, I guess in the 90s, almost everybody played fighting games, but I was hardcore into fighting games in the late 90s because of the Saturn and the PlayStation and the people I was hanging out with, because my roommates were super into fighting games. The people I worked with were into fighting games. My buddy Jim worked at a store called Game World, and then another store that was originally called Quimple Video Games. But I mean, we used to go hang out at those stores and play like the King of Fighters series, Virtua Fighter, Last Bronx, Street Fighter, Mortal. We didn't play much of Mortal Kombat, but all the Capcom fighters that were on the Saturn, all the 3D fighters on the Saturn. Again, we were big into the King of Fighters games. We had imported those for the Saturn as well, and Soul Calibur, huge Soul Calibur players, right? But again, when I moved away from there, and when I moved away was when I moved to Chicago, and I feel like the Soul Calibur rush was kind of over by the time I got to the Ziff Davis office.
We're back. We're on to like Tekken Tag.
Yeah, I didn't play it much after that. I didn't play fighting games much at all after that. Yeah, and I haven't really ever since. Although that new Marvel game looks incredible.
Marvel Tokon?
Oh my God, it looks so good.
It does look great. Arc System works.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I think that's going to be the first fighting game. That and the Mortal Kombat anthology or whatever it's called, collection, Mortal Kombat collection. Probably going to be the first fighting games I buy in quite a while.
That MK collection comes out October 30th.
I'm so excited.
Me too. I'm very excited about it. All right, let's do this one from hacker alias Darmok and Jalad at Blue Sky, who says, what's the craziest or funniest thing each of you saw while working at the magazine? Is it appropriate for radio?
So I remember when we did the Xbox reveal, who was it? One of the main guys was a big skateboarder.
Right.
And they
Ed
had
Freeze or
Ed Freeze. It might have been Ed Freeze. Yeah. I think it was Ed Freeze. Anyway, because actually, if you look at that article, I'm pretty sure whoever it is, there's a picture of him on a skateboard.
Okay.
In that article. Anyway, apparently, we didn't all go to the Microsoft headquarters for this, obviously, but the people that did, apparently they had an electric skateboard.
Yes.
In the office. And we were so enthralled by that they sent us an electric skateboard after a while.
Yeah. No, it was pretty quickly after that.
So there was a lot of time spent zipping around the halls of Ziff Davis on that thing, and especially late at night, because we didn't use it too much through the day, because although on the editor's side, like when you came in, there was there was Expert Gamer / Game Now, then there was Official PlayStation Magazine, then you went through like it wasn't even a corridor, it was just like a sort of bend in the building with an arch or something, and then that was the EGM area. And then you go a little further down, and that was the room I was just talking about for like deadline dinners and stuff like that, and apparently meetings. So it was a pretty long stretch of space between the cubicles that you could go on this skateboard, but you had to turn a little bit. Like there was a bend.
Yeah, there was a bend.
And on the other side of the building, like parallel, was where all the business people were, like the financial people and the sales people and all that. And I'm pretty sure they all felt like they were attached to a kindergarten.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they were just a bunch of 20-something, mostly guys being idiots, loving their jobs. So we didn't use it much through the day because I don't think we were technically allowed to. But we were always there late at night, and we would use that thing a lot. We used to. I remember putting like a football helmet on Crispin and having him lay on that thing and driving him into piles of stuff.
Chairs. Folding chairs.
And I remember one night down at the end, right before you got to the Expert Gamer section, was like, it was where like the printers and stuff were, right? Like not the printers for the actual magazines, but like just printers for like,
office stuff.
And stuff, office stuff,
fax machines.
And it was kind of in this little island in the middle of the of the long corridor where the cubicles were, and it had walls around it, but it had like red walls around it. And I don't know if it was Crispin or it was Sean. It was somebody at EGM who was on that skateboard one night, late at night, and drove it into one of those walls and did some real damage to it. And the best part about that was, because we didn't want to get caught, obviously, somebody made a run to a hardware store or something and got the right stuff to repair it and to paint it so that we hopefully wouldn't be found out.
Yeah, because we had been told,
I don't think we ever were,
that the skateboard was basically banned from the office.
Yeah.
And then we crashed it into the copy room. So it was obvious that we'd been using it.
Yeah. I mean, we felt like whoever did it, but we as a group felt like we were going to get in real trouble for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, but I don't remember anyone ever getting in trouble for it. I don't remember anyone noticed, because it was pretty low. Obviously, it was the skateboard that had hit it, and we must have matched the color well enough that nobody noticed that it was
remember
damaged.
When they first started painting over it, it seemed more orange than red.
Right.
It was like the color doesn't seem correct, but once it dried, it was fine. Yeah. One of the funniest things that I remember was the N-Gage press conference at E3. That's maybe the funniest / craziest thing that I'd ever seen while at the magazine. That, and I went to a WonderSwan press conference in Tokyo that was also wild, because we never got the WonderSwan, and they were like setting it up as a lifestyle device. And this was at a time when
it was a weird time.
They would do like stage shows with dancing kids and all this choreography. It was very odd.
Was it the Game Boy Advance or the DS that the first year it was at E3, Nintendo had them attached to people? Do you remember that?
Yes. I think they did that for both.
Did they? Where like if you wanted to play the thing, you had to stand there and take it off of somebody who was walking around basically wearing them.
Yeah, with like metal tethers.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like it wasn't like weirdly sexual or anything. Like they were fully dressed, but it's just that they were tethered to these things.
I like how you have to.
Yeah, I know, because I realized the way I described it is like you're not undressing them to play a Game Boy, but
yeah,
I remember that. Yeah, but no, that skateboard thing.
Did you not go to the N-Gage press conference?
I was gone by the time the N-Gage press conference happened. I was working from Nova Scotia.
Went at the same time. I wish video of that existed on the internet, because that was one of the wildest press conferences I've ever seen. Just fiasco, just absolute fiasco.
I have to say, I really missed the pageantry of that stuff. I mean, that one was crazy, but just in general, like where we're in a week now where we've had a Nintendo Direct, and the Directs are great, and it's nice that we get multiples a year. And, you know, it's very focused and on message. But I do miss the whole stage presentation.
Because of the random shit that would happen?
Right. And it was live, right? I mean, it was live. It wasn't curated. It wasn't pre-recorded. Like, it was happening live. So you would, stuff like Assassin's Creed, where remember what was it? The enemy falls dead in midair. Like, that was a thing that happened. And Wii Music, that crazy guy up there playing the drums on Wii Music, like stuff like that. You just don't get that anymore.
Nope, you don't.
It's too bad. And with a crowd on top of everything else.
I don't think any of those companies want those things to happen during their presentation.
But it was
just happened to.
It was memorable.
And Nokia with the N-Gage, look up some accounts of what happened at that press conference. And
Captain Logan saying he's found it.
Okay. Oh, you found definitely send that to me, Logan.
We should do a
very curious to see it. We should. I wonder if it's the one that I'm talking about or a later one.
Well, we'll figure that out after the show.
We'll figure it out. I think that is a good place to. Oh no! Wait, I have one more.
One more that I think we have to do. I think we should do, but.
We have what?
There's one on here that I think we should do, but I don't know.
Well,
if
we're
that's
going to
the
do
you're
this
gonna
one
ask.
from Hacker
Okay.
Alias KSO,
It's not the one then, but this is cool too.
who says, I am imagining indie developers making their own Virtual Boy style games that take advantage of that dumb peripheral. If that happens, what kind of games would convince you to invest in that stupidity?
I mean, we've already answered
First of
that we
all,
want to invest in that stupidity.
already investing in the stupidity.
But that's cool. I feel like I don't think many indie developers would, just because that's going to be a subset of the market. Like you're basically
but
adding
remember,
$100 cost. But
Nintendo did the Breath of the Wild in VR thing with Labo.
yeah, but that's
what
Nintendo.
Yeah, but what if this is tantamount to that, where hey, you can like make a quote unquote VR experience for your game on Switch 2?
Honestly, I am fully on board with bringing back 3D in games. I loved playing games in 3D on my PS3. Loved it.
I loved it on the 3DS.
Yeah. So like
After the new 3DS.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter what kind of game it is. I would be so happy for anything, even if it's a 2D game. Like Sega and Nintendo both re-released some of their old stuff, reworked to work in 3D on the 3DS, and it was awesome. It was I loved playing those old Genesis games in 3D. I just loved it.
That was fun. That was fun.
So, I mean, you know what? It wouldn't have to be a certain style of game. I would be so
it could be a
happy if they
Suika
would
game.
If they would
Be
add
down
a
with that.
3D mode to anything, if you have that, like you say, stupid peripheral, dumb peripheral, I'd be all over it. I miss 3D.
Be playing with
games
it
in 3D.
against my face.
Absolutely.
Enjoying the VR visuals.
Yep. Yep.
Absolutely. Which one did you want to do on here?
What?
You said there was one.
Oh, the just
tweet
from Cronzy.
Okay.
Saying, do you think your favorite game of all time will ever be replaced by a future release? I'm curious what you think about this. What's your favorite game of all time? Do you have one?
Oh God.
It's hard to pick one. It's hard to pick one.
It's very hard to pick one. I think if it's not Super Mario Brothers 3,
that's a great choice.
You're gonna know what I'm gonna say.
Mario 2 or Sea of Thieves?
Sea of Thieves. I think any game that I played almost continuously for 7+ years and have gone to multiple gatherings of game fans, I think that eclipses Mario 3, perhaps, for me. Yeah.
See, my favorite game is easy. It's Streets of Rage 2.
Oh. Okay.
So I mean, we're talking a game that's over 30 years old now.
Yeah.
And I don't think it'll ever be unseated. And that's, I think, mainly because it's nostalgia. Right? Yeah. I mean, when Streets of Rage 2 is a fantastic game. It's to me, it's still the best beat 'em up ever. Nothing's been better than that, and it's got an incredible soundtrack. But I mean, when I play it, I'm also taken back to the time that it was new.
Yeah.
And sort of talking about the earlier question from Docky about playing multiplayer. I mean, my best friend Jim and we played that game multiple times together. Like that was a thing that we did regularly, was take that home after work, because again, he worked at a rental place, so we could just take that. I don't think either of us ever owned the game. We would take it home and we would put it on Nightmare and just play it, because we played it so much. We even had like a ritual at the beginning. We would go into the sound test and play the first probably 10 sound effects, because they were all punch sound effects. I don't know why we started doing it, but we did it every time. You go in, it's like, and you'd play it until it was like X number of punching sound and hit sound effects, and then like a shout. I think it was Axel shouting or something like that, and then we'd play. I don't know why.
Did that also play the tune of Constant Craving?
No, but I proved that to you this week.
You did. You did. I
sent
saw the
CJ
video
a
and was
video.
like, yep, that's exactly the first three
it's
notes.
the right key.
It is.
But anyway, what I'm saying is that it's my favorite game, not only because it's a great game, because it's tied to that memory.
Yeah, that's important.
And, you know, I'm not saying that could never happen again, especially where I've got kids. There might be something where we, you know, experience a game together, and it's that kind of memory. But most of my favorite games live in the 90s because I have such fond memories of playing games in the 90s. It's the whole reason I do the videos that I do on YouTube. Yeah. So, you know, I still love games. And I mean, you've heard me gush over 3 different games over the past few months. But it would be really hard to unseat probably anything that I would have in my top 10, which, by the way, I do have a top 100 games video on my YouTube channel. You should go look it up, but it's pretty old at this point. But I'm pretty sure the top 10 is nothing newer than 30 years old.
Yeah, that's completely different from me. Like, I do have nostalgia for a lot of games, but I also like playing a lot of newer releases, me too. And also have a lot of nostalgia for some of that stuff too. Like Friday the 13th, the game, I would put pretty high up there, or Overwatch during its first 6 months. I would put up there.
I hold the Star Trek game in very high regard. Only
Bridge Crew.
Because of playing it with you and Mike and Paul. Yeah, because I had such a good time, and we only did that like 2 or 3 times. Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. That is that game, right? Like that's all I care about was those nights playing with you guys because I had such a good time. That was so much fun. Yeah. And then we never did finish the Kobayashi Maru. Was it Kobayashi Maru? Was that the mission we never finished? I thought we did finish the final mission. We never finished. Not as a group. I finished it separately. Yeah, we didn't. Maybe as a group. Yeah. Maybe you weren't in on that, but so I definitely. If Paul's listening, we should go back and finish that. Yeah, we should. Yeah, but like Splatoon or like I like a lot of newer games, and that's not to say anything bad about old stuff because there's a lot of old stuff that I have nostalgia for too, but I just find it more satisfying to play some of the newer games that are on my list, right? And one has nothing to do with the other because we do get that kind of feedback every now and then where it's like, you know, we sit here only play old games, talk about remakes or talk about they only play old games. And it's like, well, you must not like games anymore. It's like, no, that's not at all the case. But I just, you know, it's a nostalgia thing. It's the same reason why I listen to old music. Yeah. It's the same reason why I watch old movies, like, you know, or rewatch Seinfeld or something like that. It has everything to do with where I was in that moment. Yeah. And the uniculture. But anyway. For me, I'm looking for games that either have some kind of social component to them. So like Friday the 13th, the game, Sea of Thieves, Overwatch. You can go back to like Phantasy Star Online or Speed Devils Online for that. Like I love games that have that kind of thing because that like adding in a social component just like amps up my enjoyment of games like that. But also games like Fortnite where it's a comfort game or like Rock Band. I'll go back to play that because it's triggering certain emotions, right? Like, but newer games like that. And I find that like Tetris Effect and the new Lumines game does that as well. Does that sort of like making me feel something. Humanity did that for me too. That was a very important game to me. Right. So yeah. Anyway, I thought that was a good question. That is a good question. Absolutely. And Phil would just say, Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1 Podcast on Blue Sky, or you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com. There you'll find our contact information. You will find show notes and links to all the things that we talked about
during this episode, and a link to our Discord server where you can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
If you would like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you could do so by going to playeronepodcast.com or by finding us in any of your favorite podcast listening apps. You can also find us on Spotify. You could find us on everything else that Phil says here. And if you like, you could watch our show live every Sunday night at, I'm going to say, 9:30 Atlantic time.
Wow. All right.
Which is 6:30 Pacific time. You can find us on Twitch TV slash
5:30 Pacific.
That's why I said Twitch TV slash tell me what the URLs are. P1 Podcast.
What?
We're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, but I don't know what the URLs are for each. Just look us up.
Twitch.tv/P1 Podcast, YouTube.com/P1 Podcast. Yeah.
There you go. And if you would like to support the show, you can head over to patreon.com/P1 Podcast.
That's the one.
P1 Podcast. And as Phil would say, throw a few shekels our way. CJ and I need to buy Virtual Boy attachments for our Switch 2s. Phil's on his own, but CJ and I are going to buy them.
That's right. We are definitely in.
And if you are a supporter of the $5 variety,
cheap,
you do that better than me. You get access to our weekly after show where we play games with Crackwise. We do all the things we can't do on the regular show. CJ.
Yeah.
Do we have a game this week?
We do have a game, Greg. It's going to be a very anticlimactic game, though. I already see, I'm predicting it in my head, that you will win. I guess you have to get
at
least
me?
1 point. But in honor of Super Mario Brothers 40th anniversary, the games in this EGM review quiz are all games that star characters named Mario. So they're all Mario games.
So you're just going to read reviews to me and I'm going to guess.
You're going to guess which Mario game is being described by these reviews.
Sounds good.
I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to allow telling you what system they're for or
I think you should.
I think I probably should because it could get difficult.
Anyway, please support the show if you would like. It really helps us out, keeps the lights on, all that fun stuff. And if you have a few bucks left over, please consider going over to my Patreon, which is just patreon.com/Greg Seward, where you can support my show, A Generation 16, where I talk all about the history of the Genesis, along with a lot of other videos that I just do what I do.
You do your thing.
Just recently released the Joe Montana history video. Also noticed today that my Ridge Racer history video has capped 50,000 views, which is huge for me. So
that's great.
Yeah. So please consider supporting me as well. It really helps out. I really do appreciate it. A lot of work goes into these videos, and your support means all the world to me. So please consider doing so. CJ.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for hosting this week.
Thank you, Greg, for not bailing on me.
Phil, wherever you are, hope everything's cool. Everything's good, by the way. Phil told us everything's fine. He just had something come up and he wasn't able to come this week. So we missed you. We'll see you next week. And to you, our wonderful listeners, thank you so much for listening. We love every one of you. And we will see you all again next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.